welcome to another edition of Ask Us Anything. I'm Mike Wendland.
And I'm Jennifer Wendland.
And we are coming to you live from our RV on this Sunday night as you join us, hopefully, from all around the world. It's 7 o'clock and it's still light out. We used to do this at like 9 o'clock and it was too late. And now it's almost too early. It's summertime, so we may have to think about adjusting the schedule here a little bit. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet, but you never know, right?
Summertime, everybody's traveling. Everybody's on the road.
It is. Sue Fisher is checking in first tonight from London, the UK. Hey, Sue, how are you?
Honored.
Honored that you are with us there in the UK. And that's a little alert that just went out on to all of our YouTube subscribers, letting them know that you just heard that we are on live. We've got, we say the first one we want to say hi to is Sue Fisher, who is checking in from the UK. Also, Road Trip Buddy in Chicago. Bob Prell checks in, and hi, M&J checking in from a really windy Monument Valley, Utah boondocking. Good for you, Bob. That's one of our favorite states, as many of you know. We just did a 7-day adventure guide to Utah. That's a great state. There's so many awesome places there to go. Karen English says hi from Dallas, Georgia. And let's see, Mike and Susan's adventures are in Virginia Beach. This is pretty good. I gotta back her down here. They're coming in fast. Andrew is in Massachusetts. Noted in your Holland video, the boy that said, "Hi, Mike."
We noticed that too.
Yeah, it was so weird, wasn't it? I'm out in the middle of a parade with a hat. I don't know if I didn't have the hat on for that.
No.
And we did too, Andrew. We wondered if anybody else noticed it because,
you never know.
We were sitting there, and
you were standing there in the middle of the parade.
I walk right out on the street. They let me shoot video there, and we're the media, and the good media, I should say. And we walked out, and this kid is marching right to us, and I thought I heard him say that as I was taking video, and I said, "Nah, he wouldn't know. A kid wouldn't know it." And sure enough, when I played it back, he's looking right at me. He wasn't looking at somebody else. "Hi, Mike," he said. So. It's the second time a young kid has recognized this. That one, and if you haven't seen what Andrew's talking about, it's our most current video here on YouTube, which is tiptoeing through the tulips. Doesn't sound like it's fun, but it really was. We went to Tulip Time in Holland, Michigan last week, and the video's up. You can watch that here on the channel. But the first time, you remember the first time we got recognized?
Yeah. That was in Florida at a zombie. Zombie.
That was function. Even weirder because, and that video's out. You can find it. Search zombies on our channel. But it was a zombie walk in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Fort Walton Beach.
It's just before Halloween.
Yeah, they were the needy.
Everybody shows up, and they had real Hollywood makeup artists, even people who worked on that Walking Dead show, painting people up.
Yeah, they painted you up pretty good. And I was looking at all these babies and strollers and little kids,
I thought, made them look like zombies.
They terrified. But I thought, I guess what kids see on TV, they're used to seeing terrible things like that.
They are, and so it was really funny. So we had just done a stand up in the park with our zombie faces on. And we were walking around, and 2 little boys came up to us. I mean, they must have been how old?
10, 12.
And they said, we watch your YouTube.
Little boys, young men.
Well, 10 to 12 isn't, I guess. I think that's a little boy, at least by my book it is. And they said they watched us all the time, and they recognized us, even made up like zombies. So you never know who's watching it. But I'm glad somebody else noticed that, Andrew. We were flabbergasted when we went back and watched it. Hello from, I don't know what that is, Shua, is that right? Terry Nelson is in Ames, Iowa. Deb checks in from Massachusetts. Abby is, are you in your, oh man, this social media spelling. Are you in your RV van? Yes, we are. We got another shot that we can show you. Here is where we are. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
And we've hooked up now. That is our main blogging camera. Hey, we should do a fashion show because I'm going to show you, you can see on this one, Jennifer wants to show you, this is the latest that we have. This is the same shirt I have. This is the front of it with our logo on it. But the back of it is, this is our summer shirt, is the Rule 330, the 330 rule. And I just was talking on our Facebook group. Somebody was on a trip, and they were posting how they followed our Facebook rule this time and how much more they're enjoying their trip following the 330 rule. So we thought we would show it. So we printed up. I've got it printed on the back of mine. I don't know if you can quite see it there, but there it is. Rule 360, 330. And okay, so if you don't know what that is, Jennifer, tell them what the 330 rule is.
It means drive no more than 330 miles or stop at 330. So you can get your sight set up when it's not dark, have a little time to relax and enjoy yourself.
And here's our thing. We had these printed up because they're kind of fun to wear. But if you get one, this is for the summer of 2019, and take a photo of you guys wearing your shirts in someplace fun, and post it on our Instagram. Just use the Instagram or the Instagram tag, RV Lifestyle Mike. RV Lifestyle Mike. Here, I can put that up. Just use that that tag. Where is it here? Right here. Yeah, that's our tag, RV Lifestyle Mike. Just make that a hashtag though. Hashtag RV Lifestyle Mike. And we will pick them at random, and we're thinking about doing at the end of the summer, we'll show as many of them as they can. We'll post those on the website, but it'll be fun. So anyway, if you want to know where to get those shirts, if they're not up right now, they soon will be, and they're on our store. This is also where you can find all of our books, all of our 7-day adventure guides, T-shirts, mugs, all that stuff. That helps us buy the bandwidth that you're watching us on tonight. So rvlifestyle.com shop, that's the store, shop.rvlifestyle.com. I'll put that up. If somebody wants to see it later on, holler, and we'll put it back up.
So question, I haven't looked. Are there women's sizes and men's sizes?
Yes, I think yours is a woman's size.
Okay, because I've got this medium and it's kind of small, kind of tight. I have put on a couple of pounds though. I've been not denying myself any
let
goodie.
me show that. Let me show that. This is it's a nice shirt. They're a heavier shirt. They're from Gildan. Can you see that? Gildan makes a really nice quality shirt. And there's a closer up shot of the Rule 330 on the back.
There's other rules too, aren't there? Or just the 330?
Well, the 330
for the shirts.
Only for the shirts. Oh, we got a whole bunch of other shirts. We got like Serendipity, but anyway, that's the one we kind of did for the summer, and it's a lot of fun. And we thought that we would share that with everybody.
And it is a good rule.
It is a really good rule. So if you get that shirt, make sure you take a picture of it and share it with the hashtag RV Lifestyle Mike. And that's also our Instagram. If you would like to subscribe to us on Instagram, just go to RV Lifestyle Mike. And we'll both be using Instagram a lot more. It's a lot of fun to put. I think we put a bunch of stuff on there today as we were shopping. You were shopping for your flowers. Jennifer does flowers, even though we're gone half to 3/4 of the year.
I just keep my fingers crossed that they'll survive.
We're kind of thinking about maybe bringing a pot or something on our travels of some of our favorite flowers, or maybe a veggie, but we'll kind of see what happens. Clement checks in from Washington State. Hello to Andrew Miller. Michelle Cork, beautiful Wendlands. So you must be talking about my bride here, but thank you. That's great. Joseph says hi in Florida. Abby is in... I have no idea. Hello from Horden Peterlee. I have no idea what that is, but hello from there. Judy Payne's in Ackworth, Georgia. Elizabeth checks in from Connecticut. Matt Martin is in Scotland. Well, that's pretty darn exciting.
I'd like to go back to Scotland.
We loved Scotland. Beautiful, beautiful place. And let's see. Anthony says, what kind of batteries do you have? Oh, Anthony, right now, I'm not going to tell anybody, because we got into this big debate on Facebook when I posted what we did last week, and we haven't quite finished up with it. We got to answer the question, I guess. We have lithium, Andrew. We have 2 lithium batteries. We just installed them with a whole bunch of other stuff, but all that's coming. We'll do a video on it. We'll explain it. But it was funny because I posted stuff, and then people are arguing, well, you should have had those in the first place, or don't you like that van, or how come they didn't give it? It's just, there's always a few people who get really negative. But we just installed lithium on this thing, and we'll tell you all about that once we get it all figured out and set up, because we've got some other things that we're doing, and no point in telling you it all piecemeal, because otherwise we'll bore everybody else, and we're probably boring them now because a lot of people don't care about the batteries. So that's what we have. We'll be updating that over the next couple of weeks. If you're interested, Anthony, we have lots more to share about that. Charles says hello. Lawrence says hi, Mike and Jen. Hi from Iwa Beach, Hawaii. So Hawaii,
we got a pet mosquito in here.
The first mosquito in the RV.
Yeah.
They're out.
It's
been really crazy weather here in Michigan. We've had a line of really severe rain and thunderstorms go through. Tornado warnings were up.
Okay, so we're in the greenhouse. I'm picking out flowers, and these torrential rains and bad weather's coming through. He's shooting a video, and he keeps shooting and shooting. He was waiting for the roof to blow off.
I thought it was gonna. Didn't you?
Well, I don't know what's plastic. I don't know what it is.
It was leaking. It was really, yeah.
But I thought, there you are, ready.
I was ready for you, folks.
You were ready.
Yeah, I thought the roof was going to go, and I figured, there it goes. That'll be viral, and I'll put that on.
I'm glad the roof didn't go.
Hawaii, or Cheyenne, however I pronounce it. We are thinking about heading out that way. I don't know if we'll get there this summer. We'd like to.
We're sure hoping that we can.
There's a guy who rents vans in Hawaii that you can camp with. So we're thinking of connected with him. And
now you better be careful. All the other influencers, if anybody's listening, they're going to...
Yeah, well, two of our friends, the Russos, did that, and they were telling us about the guy. So we may do that because we're looking for any excuse at all to get to Hawaii.
I want to go to the main island. I'd like to see a volcano.
Now we've been to.
I'd like to see the Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, we were there. We saw it from a distance at the airport in Honolulu.
Went to Kauai.
When we went to Kauai and spent all of our time there, and that kept us going. RV Quilt Quest says hi. We had some fun this week. We were in the Elkhart, Indiana area and staying in Amish country.
Beautiful quilts.
In the Shipshewana area. We spent the night there.
I'm always saying we don't have enough time. I would have liked to have looked at more. I think we have to go back and look because the quilts were gorgeous. There was so much there I wanted to see and understand. It's
a beautiful little town, beautiful area. And we really found the Amish lifestyle just very...
interesting.
Yeah, very, but peaceful and clean and wholesome. Although... we got into the area because the area we were at is outside of Elkhart a little bit. It's really small little towns, Middlebury and Shipshewana, Honeyville, that area, Goshen, and there's a ton of Amish folks there. So the horse and buggy stuff. But as we were driving in, we noticed everybody had horses, and we were saying, "Oh, look at all the horses," and we looked, and they were like exhausted. They were just sprawled out.
They were sprawled out on the grass, and I'm looking at these horses. I've never seen horses sprawled out the way they were.
Yeah.
And I said to Mike, I think those are hard-working horses.
Yeah.
Those were the brown horses that do the plowing.
Yeah, they work.
The black horses pull the buggies.
Yeah,
but they were working hard too.
6-horse teams doing, breaking up the dirt. And anyway, it was a very interesting area. And Quilt Quest, we saw a lot of quilts, and we want to head back.
Quilts.
In fact, we were talking to some friends at lunch today, and I was kind of seeing if they wanted to go there because it's a really nice area. Shipshewana, Indiana, we're talking about. It's an Indian name. There was a chief Shipshewana, we understand. But they have plays there and musicals, great eating, way too much eating.
Comfort food eating.
Don't ask me about the raspberry cream pie we got. Holy cow.
We were told to go to this place for pie. Yeah. I've never had such good pie.
Strict keto started today again for me. Strict keto. Got to get...
Excuse me.
There's too much eating out there. Jennifer, as you can hear, still is fighting her cold. And this is one of those colds that has lasted kind of... like for months.
No,
and,
2 weeks.
Well, how long has it been?
2 weeks.
I guess you got this. You started it in.
Second one.
You got this in Utah.
No, I got better from Utah.
All right. I don't know where she's going. I think she's going out there to cough, so you don't hear her. She'll be back. Bob and Jen Sweetie says, how do you clean the roof of your Class B as well as the AC and the solar panels? God does it for us. It rains. I mean, we had torrential rains today, and I haven't jumped up on the roof to look and don't intend to, but it cleaned them off. We've had solar panels and roof-mounted air conditioners for 7 years, and I have never had to clean them. They just, the rain keeps them clean. It really does. Um, the only thing I've done once or twice is in the wintertime when I've had like 2 feet of snow on top of it. I've gone off and kind of pushed the snow away with the broom, a long stick broom. And I've only done that once or twice, but I have never had to clean my solar panels. The rain does it all. Um, this new system that we just had installed has this awesome app. I'll see if this will pull it up. I'll just give you a quick look at it. That lets me really monitor how my solar is doing. Now, right now, it's not going to be doing much because it's the sun is setting. And let me quickly show you what this looks like here. In fact, it's doing very little. It's only generating about 10 watts, and that's how much watts are coming in it. And in terms of voltage, it's pushing out about 16 volts right now, or less than 1 amp. But I've had this. This will also show you the trend, the history of it, and you can see this was the sunny day yesterday. This has been very cloudy here today, and it's done a really nice job. So this is really cool. It's a Bluetooth app, and it allows me to look at that, and I'll be showing everybody all of that later on. But it's kind of fun to watch how much power really comes in. I have 400 watts of solar up there, and I've not ever had to clean it. So hopefully that helps. George Harding is in Dayton, Ohio. Sam says hi. He's a songwriter. Steve says hello from Southern Ohio. Nancy's at home in Medicine Hat, Alberta, recovering from a drive east and back home. Good for you, Nancy. And Bob and Jen Sweeties are in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. We're heading up your way in just a couple of weeks. We'll be in the Montreal area for a rally. Leisure Travel Vans group out there, the Canadian chapter has out in Quebec has invited us. In fact, as soon as we got this van, they invited us to come and be a part of their rally. And we said, we haven't been to Montreal in an RV. Let's go. So we'll be there, and look forward to meeting all them. Do you know when that is, my dear?
Coming up soon.
I think it's
Bo is doing something you shouldn't.
Bo. She's out chasing Bo now. We tried to get Bo in here for this live stream, but Bo is out chasing things or digging holes, and he doesn't want to sit in the RV while we talk. So anyway, we're coming to Quebec, and we're looking forward to that. Sandra asks, why don't vendors refuse to put child seat anchors in vans? I contacted them, and they flatly said no. This is a deal breaker. I'm thinking we need a quad cab type. Well, you might if it's a deal breaker. They don't. That's one of our criticisms of this Unity van that we're in. It only has 2 seat belts, and that is the driver's seat up there, the driver's seat, and the looks like that screen is shot there. That camera's stopped. I have to hit that again. I'll see if I can pull that thing up. Turn that on and off. There we go. So, well, that died. That died quick. I think the camera went out of the I lost the battery on that one. That's the problem. But that is one of the things that really irritates us. We only have them in the front passenger seat and the driver's seat. We wish there were more seat belts here. What was Bo doing?
Just doing things he shouldn't be.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, he's that's why he's a dog, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we're thinking of putting in seat belts in these seats at least, so we could have a passenger, or perhaps down in the back at the rear lounge that we have.
That'd be very bouncy back there, and I don't think you can with the Murphy bed. I don't think they'd be code.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't, because this part goes out. So
if you had the seat on each side, then you can.
You can't, but not so much here. Sharon Childress says, just bought your Utah guide and plan on following it this fall. Well, thank you, Sharon. That's a lot of fun. It's a wonderful place. We now have 3 of those guides out. We have Utah, Colorado was out just a couple of weeks ago, and Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So those are 3 trips that we have 7-day adventure guides from, and we're working now on the 4th, which will be out within a month or so, and that's our guide to Yellowstone, so that you can pick 7 days of really seeing Yellowstone. That's our favorite national park, and that will be coming up in just a few weeks. We'll have that out.
I think everybody needs to go to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place like Yellowstone on the earth.
And I know the first time we went, we bought all these thick books, but good grief, you can read those for months. And our idea of the 7 days guides are 7 stops that you can do that, so you see the highlights realistically. Yep. And you can find all those up at that same store that we were talking about, where we have our store. Let's see. I'm looking to see if I can give you that address on our store right here. Just go to shoprvlifestyle.com, and you can find all of our books, these new T-shirts we're talking about for summer, and that's where they're all located. So, Sharon, I'm glad you got that, and I hope that you enjoy the trip. You can't go wrong. Edward is in Boca Raton, Florida. Down in Sun City, Florida is Tampa John. And Chuck says, glad to catch one of your live chats. Chuck and Susan check in tonight. We're glad that you're there too. And David is in East Tennessee, and he says you need to change your charging system when you change. Did you need to change your charging system when you change from lead acid batteries to AGM, and when you change to lithium? Well, the changing in this van, the Leisure Travel van, when you change to AGM, which I also did. I did that when we first bought it. Man, are those heavy! All it is just a switch you put on the inverter charger, and it lets them know it's AGM batteries. It's a little more tricky with lithium. I would not recommend do it yourself on putting in lithium, because we upgraded our inverter. We upgraded our solar. We have a Bluetooth connecting all of this together, so I can monitor it and control it from a laptop or a phone, or a tablet or a phone. Again, we'll do a whole video on it. But one of the things that surprised me was how heavy those AGM batteries are. Did you try lifting one of them?
No. I took their word for it.
We took the 2 AGMs out, and they happen to have a scale at the place we were at. 132 pounds for the 2 of them, and the lithium each weigh 30 pounds
each.
So the 2 lithium, which are much more efficient, much more powerful, only weigh 60 pounds versus 132 pounds for the 2 AGMs that we had. So I'm going to put those up, the AGMs and the older solar controller that we had. I'm going to put that on Facebook Marketplace. I think we'll sell them that way, because they're brand new. So anyway, we'll do a whole story on this, David, when we get it all fixed up, and let you know, and we'll show you the install and what it's
all I gotta say is it costs us a lot of money to learn all these things.
It does, but hey,
are we having fun?
I think so. I think we are some days. Some days more than others. How about that? I'm thinking of buying the Travel Leisure RL Unity. That's their new one that they're showing. It's a kind of.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the rear lounge.
The Murphy bed in the back.
Could you comment on buying lithium batteries to replace the lead batteries? Seems like a no-brainer. Your thoughts? Yeah, you can do it, but you can't do it through Leisure Travel Van. They don't install lithium. They will be adding AGM. They've announced that in the fall. Now, AGM is still way behind, I think, in technology, but they work great. They're fine. Most 90% of people don't need lithium. Right. I don't think. We have kind of special needs, and that's why we upgraded.
We're kind of special needs people.
We are special needs people. But you can do it, and if you are patient, you can watch and see the process. Lithium is expensive. They're $1,000 a battery. In fact, we've been talking to one of the companies that I think will be coming on as a sponsor on our podcast. That is probably the best, I think, of all the aftermarket lithium that's out there. But all that's down the pike. But you could do that. You'll like the RL Unity. They don't start making it until fall, so you've got a lot of time to think about it and take a look at what you want. Kathleen is in Athens, Georgia. And I watched your video at the Holland Festival, and that looked like fun. Well, thank you, Kathleen.
It was fun.
Wasn't it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot. Everybody seems to like they get more traffic. The big walkthroughs and things like that and technical stuff. But that's not our sweet spot. And the reason we started doing this and the reason we're going to continue to do it is the travel pieces to show you these towns and the people we meet.
Like the Jello Museum.
The Jello Museum. That was a fun place.
Yeah.
And we've got a whole bunch more that are on our list that we're going to be doing over the next couple of months. And you know, it's funny because I can get many more people watch like we do a walkthrough of an RV. That is not. I mean, I don't mind doing it. We like doing it. We love to see it. But if we were just looking for traffic, that's what we do. Do you know that the one we did we did it. We were both sick that day, a year and a half, 2 years ago, on a $2.5 million RV.
Was that 3 years ago? Is time
Maybe
flying?
it might have been 3. But we walked through and gave this tour of this incredibly expensive RV. That has had, it's going to hit 3 million views.
Well, that's because it was this really expensive Class A, and everybody's like, "How can you spend that much?"
I know, and nobody likes it for that amount of money. And then we did a tour of one of our Class Bs that we owned 2 or 3 years ago, and that's already had 2.5 million.
Now that
views.
one really amazes me that had so many people watching
Yeah.
it.
Well, the one
'cause
we just
we're kind of sitting there bored. And we thought, well, we'll just walk.
yeah.
There.
Well, what it's prompted it, and this happens to everybody who has an RV, and you know this. You go out there and people see it, and they say, "Hey, you stop at a rest area. Can I see your van?" And so you do a tour. And so we said, well, let's just do this, and we'll kind of show everybody what it's like. And it's had almost 2.5 million views. And the one that we just did a couple of weeks ago on this van is moving really quick up the line. But all that's to say, what we really like doing most, forget the views, is like the Holland Tulip Festival, showing the fun.
And every place we go, people want to see what we're driving right now. I mean, we were at Anytime Fitness, and one of the women there wanted to see it.
Yep, we did a video on that. Yep.
We go to a rest area and stop, and people want to see it. So people are very curious about what we're driving right now, too.
And Anytime Fitness is become a partner with us. They're going to be a sponsor as well. We were shooting a video on how we've talked about them all the time and how we use them to when we're on the road as a place to work out for my gym rat wife.
Can I tell them details or can I not tell them?
Sure, you can tell them details. You tell them all. You mean the true story
We're-
about our video yesterday?
We're
yeah.
in Kalamazoo with our son.
Portage, Michigan. Is
Yeah,
where
Portage, Michigan is where this Anytime Fitness place is, and I'm coughing my head off, and you got me wanting to do this killer class that I think a 15-year-old or 18-year-old would have trouble doing.
It was like a boot camp like group class.
You have to understand that I taught aqua aerobics for 29 years, so I like the water, but I do like classes like that as well. But man, that was a killer class. And then you're saying you're filming, you couldn't do it.
Well, they anytime it said, hey, if you're going to do an update, make sure you show everybody our group classes. We'd love to see Jennifer doing one.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I kind of didn't tell her how hard of a class that one was. They also do Fit for Life classes, which are more age appropriate for us and people in our demographic. But you hung in there pretty darn good, woman. They'll see it in the video. So. Yeah, you did. Yeah. But she was mad. She was in the middle of. She says, "I am going to kill you when this is done." And
you shouldn't tell.
I'm still like, well, you did. I just want them to know if anything happens to me. But you did great. So it really worked out. Henry Rosa says hi from New York City. Hey, Henry, how are you doing, man? Nice to have you with us. Hello from South Florida. Enjoy seeing you guys. We enjoyed being here. Ray Jones says, Jennifer, how do you like your wooden shoes? Well, there's a story behind that one, too. Go ahead.
Well, the wooden shoes, I mean, I really did like the wooden shoes, but then as I learned more about them, you can't wear them in the house. You can't wear them on carpet or on wood floors. They're strictly for outdoors. So I didn't buy any wooden shoes. But they were giving away gifts at our gathering that we were at. And people were getting mats and backpacks and coffee cups with lids and getting all these great things. And my lucky number came up, and I got a set of wooden shoes that were the centerpiece, the decoration for our gathering from Holland Motorhomes. Motorhomes. And so I got a pair of wooden shoes.
And so she got a pair. But they're pretty nice. They tell us they're surprisingly
I kind of feel like
comfortable.
the wicked sister in Cinderella because my feet are too big to fit in.
Yeah, they are a little small.
Yeah.
And the secret, if you watch that video, is everybody puts on what?
About 5, 6 pairs of socks, wool socks.
Yep. So that was pretty
So I
fun.
did get some. They're very a nice memory.
Nettie says hi from Houston. Pam Morrison is in rainy San Francisco. Abby says, "Can you do a tour?" Well, there is one that, to date on everything that we've kind of done on this RV. Just look back a couple of videos on the one we just did on this Unity, and it's on. I think how we've got about two. We show how it's built. There's a whole bunch of them right here on the channel. You can find those. Nancy says, "I was wondering what those items are in my van. Are they to?" Let's see what she's talking about. Are they to plug in laptop and other electronics? Usually, it's where a lighter was in older models. Well, if it's yeah, it's a little plug. It's probably a USB plug. Is that what you're talking about, Abby? Um, yeah, I should change my battery. The camera died on that one. I was going to show you, see if I could show you one on the side. But if it's a little blue light on it, that's for a USB plug, and it's to charge your phones or your tablets or whatever. There are, most of them have what we used to call cigarette adapters as well, and you can find those. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I think that was it, Nancy, that you're talking about. Nancy, should I go to a dealer and show and ask? Well, yeah.
Yes.
If I didn't tell you what it was, if that's not it, if it's not those little blue plugs, then yeah, ask and they'll tell you.
Just looking up.
Hey, Mike and Jen, it's a cold day in west central Wisconsin. Yeah, that's coming our way tomorrow. I'm still curious what you're doing for your cell signal. Are you using a jetpack and or a booster? Wow, you guys don't give me time to hook up everything. I shouldn't tell everybody. We get into this conversation. I'm always so excited, and I say, well, I got this. I'm going to try this, and then I don't. It takes me a while to do it. But right now, we're just using our jetpack, the little data card, and it's up. I'm looking up where I have it located here in the cabinet in the RV. But it does. I have not needed a cell phone booster yet, and even that's including even our travels in Utah. We were doing great with it. However, I do have a new cell phone booster that I will be installing, and I'm looking up where there's a skylight here in the. I don't think I can show it. Can I see that skylight? Yeah, right up there to the left, next to that light. That's the skylight, and I actually can put a little step on here, open that up, and I can. It actually fits on the roof. The booster itself, with the antenna attached to it, and then I've got to figure out how to run the cable underneath it, and. This is a different system. Most of the booster systems, you have to have the outside antenna a certain distance away from the indoor antenna, which rebroadcasts it inside the unit.
We're going to have a conversation about wires.
Yeah, we are going to have a conversation about wires. Mm-hmm. We are. I've got a couple of ideas, and I will run them past you first.
Call up the leisure travel people and say, tell them he can't do this. He's going to break the seal on this.
No, I'm not doing anything like that. I can either run it in through the door, or I can come in through a couple of other access points that they have up on the roof. But I've got to do that. It's going to take me half a day. It's probably take me a day. Take you maybe 20 minutes, but take me a half a day. And I promise when I do that, I'll show you every step of the thing. I'll show you the schematics, and we'll even show you how to get it. But I don't have it yet. It's not available to the public. I think we have the prototype, so there we go again.
That's always
but I really think this is a pretty neat system. But I just have to find the time to do it. That's the killer thing for almost everything we're doing is finding the amount of time we need to get things done and still go out and travel. I do have a super chat on here. Let's see if I can find where that came across. Super chats are chats.
Somebody got a super chat and you didn't accept it.
It's only for $1. Well, I can't find it on here. It was $1 one somewhere.
Somebody wasted $1.
Yeah. Well, whoever did it. Let's go back. Well, we got so many questions and stuff. I don't know if I can find them here. If I find it, I will. Who it is? It's from Frank M. Nowicki. He gave me $1 on the super chat. So, Frank, if I find it on here, I just saw that you sent one, and I don't see the actual one itself. But thank you for the $1. Okay, back to your questions. The software that I use it doesn't. Usually super chats would come at the top, and I'd see them, and I could click on them. But in this one, it doesn't do that, and it's getting kind of crazy. So let's kind of go through here to Roland's in Tampa, Florida. How do I use the Instapot to cook meals? Well, you plug it in and you're following the instructions.
Get the direction book out and put things in just the way they say. Don't open it any way other than how they say.
Yeah, you want the venting right. Now, if you were asking how do you use it while you're driving, a lot of people you might have to run a little extension cord on it, but you'll turn the inverter on in whatever RV you have. And then what many people do is they get the 3-quart model for the RV. It's a little smaller. And you put it in the sink. And you might want to wrap a towel around it so it's not rattling around. And you plug it in, and it can cook as a slow cooker. Many do that with a crock pot, or you can use it as you're traveling. A lot of people love the Instapot. We have one.
We have the 3-quart, which I think is too small.
You do, even for the RV?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can get the 6. However, we haven't really used it much. We haven't found a recipe that we like, to be honest with it, right?
Well, we only tried a couple, and then we bought a couple books, and then we got discouraged.
Yeah, we bought books.
Because then we're in keto diets, and we're in all these different diets.
Well, we're back on keto after eating that raspberry cream pie. I'm back to that. Kathy says, are you originally from Bloomington, Minnesota? No, we're originally from, both of us, from Bay City, Michigan. Here's Michigan, right? And Bay City is right there at the bottom of Saginaw Bay. This is Saginaw Bay, Lake Huron, and this little area here is Saginaw Bay, and Bay City is right there. We were high school sweethearts, and we're both originally from there. My grandfather came from Germany many years ago.
My grandfather came from Scotland.
Yeah, and both of them came with the proverbial $7 in their pocket or something, and that's good. Hey, our friend Chris Colley is on, and he reminds everybody that Instagram, RV Lifestyle Mike, and where you can pick up that cool shirt. If you're just joining us again, we're kind of excited about this. Everybody's been talking about the 3:30 rule, travel no more than 3:30 miles, and stop by 3:30 in the afternoon. So we printed up these shirts to kind of remind everybody to enjoy the journey. And this is our summer 2019 t-shirt. The front of it's got RV Lifestyle on it. So you can, I'm wearing the black version of it right here. And this is the kind of the aqua. It comes in men's and women's sizes and styles. And the idea is we want to get people with those shirts and then take a picture of it with your RV. If you're out somewhere boondocking, wherever you're having fun with it, wherever you end up at 3:30, after 3:30 miles or 3:30 in the afternoon, post them on Instagram. We'll find a way to put all those pictures every day that you post with that tag, that hashtag. We'll post those on our rvlifestyle.com blog. And we've already got a contest that we want to do, and we'll pull from those contests. We've got a pretty good prize that I think we'll award at the end of the summer. But it'll be fun to see everybody wearing the shirts and in different places. And that's where you can find them, where Chris says at shop.rvlifestyle.com. I think that's where it is, right, Chris? Hopefully. I didn't check that. I think that's the right address. Which dealership here in the lower 48 has the most leisure vans on the lot at any given time to look at?
Ooh, good. I'm
Kelso,
sure that changes daily.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, it probably changes daily. We were just at the Holland Motorhomes dealership in Western Michigan, in Holland, Michigan, where we did that video last week. They had, do you remember how many they had?
Were there 5?
They had 5, that's right. 5 on the lot. And didn't they say 4?
3 or 4 were sold.
3 or 4 were sold, but they have new ones coming in. But you could go see them all.
You want to see them, is what I think you're saying.
Yeah. The other one that I know...
Can they go to the factory?
Well, it's up in Manitoba.
Well, that'd be a fun trip.
Yeah, I guess they would. You can do a factory tour and see some of them there. I don't think they have I didn't see a showroom when we were there.
They sell them too quickly. They make $900 a year.
La Mesa RV, they have stores in Florida, California, New Mexico, Arizona. They have, they're a big dealer. And I know their new Sacramento, California store is almost all Class Bs. And so you could call any of the La Mesas and say, how many do you have? We just were at the Super B show that La Mesa sponsors in Phoenix. We were just there a month or so ago. and they had a whole bunch of them there, so you could
Do
check
they have
that.
another show, or is that just one show a year? Do
They have the
something
Super
at the,
Boosh.
what about their big store in California?
Yeah, they have one in, I think, September, out in sometime in the early fall, out in Sacramento at their store out there, and the one in Phoenix. So La Mesa, and those are the only two that we really know. Those dealerships, and I'm sure there's others. I don't know what part of the country you're in, Kelsub. I think Fretz in the Philadelphia area is a dealer. I'm not sure. You can go to the Leisure Travel Van site, and if sometimes some of their Leisure Travel Van social media watch these live shots. I think when we first bought, they wanted to find out what they were getting into with us in one of their vans. But if they are, if there's a link for the dealers, they could post that. But you can find that probably on their Leisure Travel Van
They
website.
have great videos.
Yeah, they
Dean
have one.
is just a stitch.
If you go to their videos, Dean does the best tour of anybody. He's one of their the regional sales guys, and he's awesome. So you can check that out. Let's see, Nancy, hi from Indianapolis, Indiana. Karen is in Killeen, Texas. Andrew Steele is watching you guys from Fountain Hills, Arizona. I love your videos. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us, Andrew. We really appreciate that. Hello from Louisville. Do you know if they'll sell the 2019 RVs at the Hershey show in September, or will it just be new 2020 RVs? No, they'll have 2019s. Hershey is so much fun. It's a huge RV show in September. Kicks off the fall season for RV shows all across the country. Yeah, they sell you can buy, every major dealer is there. All the manufacturers are there. The manufacturers show their products through dealers that they work with in the area. So you can buy 2019s. I even think they have some used ones there too. Some of them. They don't have them on display, but they have them in the back part of the lot. If you say, hey, you got any used? They'll say, yeah, come on back here. So yeah, you can find 2019s, and you can find some of the new 2020s that are being announced. So that's good. Hey, Michelle is in our hometown of Bay City, Michigan. Woohoo! Hey, Michelle. Whereabouts do you live in Bay City? I grew up on 9th Street, and Jennifer was on Warner. I went to Bay City Central. She went to Handy.
Yeah, and Madonna's from Bay City too. Should we say that?
Do you know that Madonna and I went to the same high school in Bay City for a little while, and then when we moved to Rochester Hills, Michigan, and she and her family moved to Rochester Hills, Michigan too.
I have no idea where Madonna is now.
I think she lives in London. I don't know. We never met her.
Who knows?
We don't know her.
Never met her.
But she lived in Bay City originally too, for a while. But anyway, hello to Bay City. That's a great town. Great place to grow up, and it's a great place to be. We call it the gateway to the north, because again, Bay City sits right here, and then really from right across here, from Bay City to Muskegon on the other side. From here on up, it's up north, and a beautiful area. So we love Bay City. Oh yeah, Ray Jones. Thank you, Ray. Great idea. Van City is a place where you can find lots of leisure travel vans. I'm so glad that you said that, Ray, because I forgot about them. Van City is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. They're in St. Louis, Missouri. They're in Las Vegas, Nevada. So you can see them there. We've met those guys before, and we know many of their people. They're not sponsors of ours. They used to be a long time ago, but they're great people, and they have a big inventory of leisure vans as well. They also sell, I think, Pleasureway, which is another Class B. They used to sell Road Trek. I don't think they sell Coachman. They sell some of I don't know if they sell Winnebago, but they sell, Van City specializes in Class Bs, new Class Bs, so you can try them. Let's see. Craig says, I wanted to know how you like the door in your RV versus the sliding door you used to have.
The door.
That door. The center door that opens up.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot more than the sliding door. It's a real door, and it's got a real screen door, and it much better than the sliding door. Don't you think?
I have no problems with it.
I
like having a real screen door.
I can turn this around and show you what he's talking about. That door right there.
It's a real door.
And see, we really like that.
Excuse me.
And another thing I like about the way they laid this out is this is the galley over here. And so you have this big window, and that's usually facing the campsite, so you can see wherever you are. If you're up here preparing food or working, washing dishes or whatever, it's kind of nice. But
I just realized I cannot see the dog right now, so who knows
I
what
just saw him
doing.
run by someplace, and he looked like he was having a pretty good time.
Well, I bought a bunch of flowers. I don't want him running around the yard with them.
Yeah. Chris, do you Did you upgrade to get more seat belts so you can traveling in the back seats? So Jennifer's in the back. Not yet. We could put seat belts
We think maybe back there.
back. There's that camera that the battery died on, but back in there we could put a couple of seat belts. I think we could put a couple like the ones that are facing this way. So we may do that if we want to take the grandkids or travel someplace with friends.
That really would be a good idea.
Yeah, this rides much better than our Class B vans. This is a B plus, technically a Class C, but they call them B pluses because they're not as long as a lot of the Class Cs. It's 25
And you
feet
don't
long.
have that bed up there.
You don't have that hangover bed that most Class Cs have. So we could put them in there, and that's something that we may end up doing, and I think that would be pretty good. Let's see. John Young says hello from Dallas. Best regards from Schoolhouse 1868 in northern Vermont. Jeff and Julie are in Arlington, Texas, and Brighton, Michigan is there. Hello, Brighton. Let's see. You guys are so inspiring. Love the way you guys go about. Well, thank you, Stephanie. We have fun.
We do.
And we're gone.
We're trying to have as much fun as we can.
Yeah. I set a sign the other day. I posted it on Instagram, and it was a really good sign, I thought, that had to do with life. It says, "Life is short. Play with your dog." And that really resonated with me with that sign. Isn't that a great sign?
Sure.
So, and that goes with
prove
everything.
that.
You just want to have fun. And it's great. There's enough negativity in the world that, this RV lifestyle is the people we meet, everybody's so positive. Online, there's always somebody who's a little negative, but by and large, 99% of the people are just such nice people. Even though we're very different, we love just how positive most people in this lifestyle are. Joseph just pulled out from Southgate, Michigan, on the way to Destin, Florida, one of our favorite places, for the first time. Never realized how popular the road trek was or how nice the community is. You'll find they're great people. They are.
You need help. There's people there to help you.
Yep, there are. Kathy says hello from Cincinnati. Where's Bo? Bo is running around in the front yard.
Bo's getting into trouble. He's chasing chipmunks. I'm hoping that he's leaving my little plants alone. I just bought some new plants.
Oh my gosh, they're out on the back deck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing sacred to that dog.
No, you put it there. He thinks it's his.
It's his.
Yeah, it's well, that's pretty good. Matt says, come over to Scotland for a holiday. Oh, Matt
would love to.
Shh, don't tell her. That's actually Scotland's one of the places that we would really like to come and rent an RV. We wouldn't bring ours over. Our friend Camp Skunk did that for 3 or 4 months, but we'd love to come and rent one.
We spent the night in a castle. That was fun.
We did spend the night in a castle. We spent the night in a
Monster. We
spent the night in a B&B there that was overrun by rabbits. It was a really kind of weird place.
Yeah, there was a community.
It was fun. No, it was a really nice place.
It was very nice. They had rabbits.
Yeah, so Matt, send me a note someplace. We'd love to come. Scotland's just a wonderful country, and really enjoyed it. Just really did. Mark is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. GR. Hey, Mark. Good to have you with there. Here's Kelsa began with the questions. Does the air conditioner fan run continuously on the newer leisure vans with only the compressor cycling on and off?
It's on and off.
Yeah, it's on and off. Do you remember? Did we use the air? Have we used the air on this yet? We did on the Wonder, I think, didn't we? I don't really remember. Kelsa, I think it's... No, it turns off. I'm pretty sure, at least it did on the Wonder. We tested the Wonder out before this. It's not been hot enough for us to run the air conditioner in this thing yet, but it does run on and off.
We've had the heat on.
We have had the heat on, and the heat does it. It's the best heater we've ever had in an RV. It's ducted heat.
Down.
No, it's not. It's from the floor, but it's ducted. It's on the floor, and the air conditioning is also ducted, and that's up on the roof.
I think you had me say that wrong once.
I did have you say it wrong on the thing. It's ducted on the floor for the heat, and it's ducted on the roof or up on the ceiling for the air conditioning. Mark is in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Well, I'd love to have a pint with you there. Some pretty good ale there in Scotland. We really enjoyed it. Our visit there, and we want to come back. Ken says hi from Northern Virginia. My grandson likes Bo. What kind of a dog is he? He's a Norwegian Elkhound.
And our grandsons all like Bo too. Everybody likes Bo.
One of the first words our youngest grandson, who's just
year and a half,
It says bo.
Bo.
Bo. He goes
Bo.
like this, and I'm like, bo, bo. It's so funny. So he goes, bo, and he points, But, yep, it's pretty fun. Kenneth says the video is of poor quality.
Oh, sorry.
You're the only one so far to complain of that, so hopefully it's not bad. Chris says nope, he's getting high def there, so it gives you some suggestions on your end. And it might be, there's been a big storm through. I don't know how well the video. And sometimes when we're on for a long time like this, pushing 50 minutes now, the stream kind of denigrates because all my neighbors are jumping in to watch streaming video about this time at night. So again, it kind of gets crazy. All right, let's go through really quick. We're getting fairly late out here. And what was the longest stretch of time that you've spent full-time RVing? Have you been up to Acadia, Maine with the RV? We have. Not this RV, but others. Love Acadia. We typically go out for, well, it depends on what time of the year. In the summertime, we'll go 6-8 weeks. And then you need a grandkid fix. And we come back to check on our sticks and bricks. In the wintertime, we're often gone about 3 months, 4 months.
Ping-pong.
We ping-pong between here, and then we have a condo down near Destin, Florida. And we use that in the winter and the real late fall, as kind of a base to go explore way down south in Florida and along the Gulf Coast west as far as New Mexico and Arizona. So we're gone for quite a while.
Around.
We never plan to be full-timers and don't want to be full-timers. We think we love our house up in Michigan. We're here for 2 weeks now. We came back yesterday from our last trip. We've been here 2 weeks. We're probably going to go away for a couple days here and there, but then we set off to Quebec and Montreal, Quebec, and then we're going to come back to New England and spend a lot of time in upstate New York and the Finger Lakes area and the Adirondacks, where we're kind of working on one of our books that we'll be doing later in this year on a 7-day guide to the Adirondacks. So that's going to be a long trip. Then we come back here for a while, and then we're heading west and then down south. We've got
and anything subject to change.
Everything is subject to change. Absolutely. We thought we were going to be in California next week, but that fell through, and instead we made this trip to go to the Adirondacks. So that's why we don't like to travel with other people, because we'll be heading one direction and let's go this way. So typically, several weeks at a time, a couple 3 months at a time, and sometimes the last month we've been 2 days here, 4 days here, 3 days here. This last 2 weeks we've gone out every Wednesday and come back on Sunday. So we're home now. We don't have anything officially scheduled for 2 weeks. We kind of feel like we're on vacation. And during this 2 weeks, that's the time I'm hoping I can install that cell boost system we were talking about. I've got a wireless camera system that I have to do a review on.
You've got lots of things. We're spending so much time talking about it. We could be doing it.
I know. If I didn't do these live things. My socks, I didn't tell them about the socks we got. You can wear these socks that we got to review for 6 days with no odor. How am I going to test that?
I'm not smelling your socks.
Well, I'm going to try them anyway. And then we got this new cleaning product. Now, I'm not, I want to keep this unit nice and clean, so I'm going to try that. And we'll do reviews on all this stuff. So that's hopefully we'll do within the 2 weeks that we're sitting in the driveway at home. But we'll probably sneak away and do a camping trip from there. All right, somebody says they're not getting a picture, but I think we're doing fine. Usually that's something on your end.
Probably saying it's quitting time.
Yeah. We talked real early on something about washing the solar panels, and I said that God does it for us in the rain, and Rick Graves has got the same thing going on with the rain in Northern California, washing it. Let's go real quick. Rose, we bought a Unity, have to wait 10 months. It seems like it's going to take forever. You were starting to say how many they build and how many
they build 900 a year.
These are travel vans.
80% are sold in the States, and then another 20 Canadian, I believe. I don't think they ship them other places, but it only takes 900 a year.
Takes about that long, so it's a long way.
And worth the wait.
Yep.
They're beautiful machines.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Hi from Connecticut. Finally had time to...
Let me just say that the city that they're built at Winkler, there's only what 14,000 people that live there,
Yeah,
so they have tapped out the workforce.
they have. There's what did
300 to 400 employees.
Winkler, Manitoba is how far did they say?
12 miles north
We were
of
there
North Dakota.
in February. Drove back in a blizzard, by the way.
Mhm.
But yeah, 12 miles north of the North Dakota line. So, but yeah, they've kind of tapped out the local market. We noticed when we were just down in the Elkhart, Goshen, Shipshewana, Indiana area, the RV, where all the RV, every single business has a help wanted sign. I mean, they can't find enough workers down there. Kind of we're noticing that really all over the country. Everybody's looking for workers. The economy really is booming, and but particularly in places of
If you
manufacturing.
have a skill.
Yeah, yeah. So, hey, Mark is happy he finally dewinterized. Now some sunny weekends. Yeah, it's been a crazy fall. It has been a really
Spring.
crazy fall.
Spring.
Fall. Thank you. Does your Mercedes require a data package? Can you use it as a hotspot? No, it doesn't require that. They do have some kind of a system. I don't need it. I've got my own hotspots. I have my cell phone. I don't know whether you can use it as a hotspot, but knowing Mercedes, if they did, it would be the most expensive hotspot ever. So I don't think I would check it out. But they have kind of a system where you can communicate with Mercedes. So I don't sign up with it and haven't done that. So that's pretty good. Here's the place. If I need a place in Madison Hat, Alberta, fenced yard. Thank you, Nancy. I'd love to be there. We really want to go up and spend a lot of time up to your way and hit the Canadian Rockies and enjoy all of that. It's awesome. Justin, I live barely an hour from Yellowstone in Ennis, Montana, my favorite state, right? And still haven't gone to Yellowstone. What? Hope to have the RV in shape to go this summer, though. If not, we'll just take the car. Just take the car.
Just take the car.
It's
and
so
you
crowded
can,
in the summer.
You can go fall. You can
go
winter. You can go not in summer when everybody in the world is there.
Yeah. So it's pretty
and
good.
It's in summer. It's like your ants. You all get in a little line and follow each other.
Nancy, is there a low altitude route to get over the West Coast? Try US 10. That's pretty low altitude. You don't go any place really high. A little bit maybe in Arizona, and I don't think you do much in New Mexico. But just try US 10. Route 66, is another one that a lot of people do. That's pretty flat. Finally saw the Arriva from Coach House in Nokomis. Understand now why you went to a B plus. May have to do the same. I don't think the Arriva is a B plus. It's a Class B. That's one of our favorite, and it's a hard. Most people don't even know about this company. It's a very small company, Coach House. They make them in Nokomis, Florida. It's factory direct sales only, but they make a beautiful Class B called the Arriva. It has a separate bath in the back with a stand-up dedicated dry shower. It is really a nice unit, and I'm glad you saw it. We did a video on it, I think at the Hershey show. You can find that here on the channel.
In a B, you don't have as much room. The B plus, the C, you've got that 5 inches on both sides, which is a lot of room.
Yeah. Lots of you are asking questions about the lithium upgrade, and do I have a recommendation of who can install it? And just let me finish this whole process, and then I'll do everything we've got and let you know. So be patient, because it's not done yet, and I don't want to. I'm always telling you about stuff too soon before things get done. So just hang in there. I know like Janice here is
What's
asking.
going to be your Thursday video? Anytime?
It might be anytime. I tell you what, you guys can pick it out. I got 2 possibilities for a Thursday video. Our trip to Anytime Fitness and why that's kind of fun and how it works out when you're on the road. Or our top 10 favorite apps for RVers.
Oh, the top 10 favorite apps.
I'm thinking that probably should get done quickly, because many of you, with Memorial Day, happy Memorial Day, coming up this weekend, that might come in handy for you. So I need a quick vote from you. Anytime Fitness. Let's throw in the lithium just in case I could get it done.
Mike,
so here's the 3 things: the lithium upgrade for the top 10.
Lithium.
I just want to see what the lithium upgrade for the top 10. That's a lot of work to edit, though.
Yeah.
The top 10 apps for RVers, or how the Anytime Fitness plays out. I'd just love to get let us know which one you want to see first, second, or third. And also be aware that all that subject to change, because I'm going to do whatever's the quickest to edit this week. we got to do a podcast yet, and it gets pretty crazy. So there we go. Can you use lithium without solar? Yes, Sharon, you can. You do not need solar to do lithium. And similarly, you can use, that's reminding me to update the newsletter that goes out tomorrow morning, which I already did. And you can similarly use solar without lithium as well. We had solar with our AGMs. We had solar with our regular old wet cell lead acids, and they did fine too. And solar is really nice. But remember, solar is not the end all be all. It just kind of helps to top off and keep things running longer. Boy, so many questions, and I know we can't get all to them. Let's go really quick. Okay, here's Frank. There's Frank. Let's put Frank up because Frank did that big super chat. Woohoo! $1. I wasn't even going to buy Bo a biscuit.
Oh, stop that. Say thank you.
Thank you, Frank. No, I mean that a lot. That's a sign of support, and I don't really pitch super chats because it's like begging, but it's always rewarding to see them. The reason YouTube has those super chats is just because of this.
Half?
I think they get 70% or something. It's not. I don't know. I've never really. We don't get very many of them because I don't tell everybody about them. But what it's supposed to do is ratchet you up to the front, and I'm supposed to see that it's there. Like we have, if you're online, you see how many people are posting over there in the comments. But for some reason, the software I have, it doesn't work. I do get an alert on my cell phone, but I can't easily get to it. So that's why I don't push it a lot. But I do really thank you, Frank. That's very kind. And when you do that, you can ask a question, and I'll try and get to that ahead of the line. Do you know where the Harvest Host Lavender Farm is? Check it out on our video. We did a video tour of Harvest Host just a few weeks ago. Yes, that one is in New Mexico, near the Texas border. I can't remember the name of the city.
You're talking about the animals.
Oh, no, that's not the lavender farm.
Yeah, we did a lavender farm, but it was in Oregon.
Oh, yeah, but there is a Harvest Host lavender farm.
You have to go.
Just go to the Harvest Host site. And if you haven't joined Harvest Host, you can search for lavender farm. That's right. We were at a lavender farm, but didn't have anything to do with Harvest Host. And there is one on Harvest Host. I think there's a couple of them actually, but we haven't been to them yet. And you can find that. So that's all good. All right. We're looking at a Unity for dog shows. Will the air conditioner keep a husky cool in the summer? Yes, but only with the generator running. You have to have your generator running to run the air if you want to do it. And the air conditioner does a great job. The generator does a great job, but you have to have the generator running. Oh gosh, I wish we could stick around here and answer all of your questions. Many of you are saying hi still. Others are saying, and this we should talk about this for a minute. Have a little conversation about this. John says, love your live shows. Remind me a long time ago of live TV shows when I was growing up. Enjoy this more. Well, we don't know what to do about these live shows, John, because they kind of wreck out a week. I don't want to say they wreck a weekend.
Should we do it next week with Memorial Day?
Yeah, so I need some votes on that.
We're going to be home. We're not traveling.
We could do it. We're here, but many of you will be on the road, so let us know. And we've also wondered, should we do them only once a month? Do we try and do them every Sunday wherever we are? We do try and do one. Is that too much?
I mean, you guys will be out doing your own traveling, and
yeah, and so we're very sensitive to that. And if we took last week off, it was Mother's Day, and because we had family over, and we know many of you did. And next week's Memorial Day, many of you will be on the road then. So should we take next week off? Should we back off on the schedule? Is once a week too much? We don't want to get underneath your skin like relatives who stay too long. So let us know on all that. And Abby wants a shout out. I think I gave you one before, but I'm the biggest fan ever. So inspirational. Well, Abby Fleming, say hi to Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Yeah, we're glad, and it means a lot to us to see it, and we see a lot of them. We try and pick up. Let's see. What is your best? Abby wanted to ask us, what's your best YouTube video you've ever made? What's the most favorite one you've ever done?
Glacier.
Yeah, probably the one we did last year on our photo safari at Glacier, where
the
bear, we had the bear encounter.
We had the bear and the little moose, the mama moose.
Yeah.
That was probably.
I don't know.
I can't remember them all.
I kind of like that. Every one we do that week, it's fun. But Glacier was a really favorite one.
I liked Yellowstone.
Yeah, we've got a bunch on Yellowstone. Probably Glacier, the photo safari. And I don't know if it was the video so much as that's probably one of our favorite places that we really like that. So somebody says, how come it blocked me from sending comments for ages? I don't know.
I don't know.
But you're on. You're on now. I'm getting them. So I don't know. Jacqueline says, what's your favorite national park?
Well, I just said Glacier and Yellowstone.
What is your favorite?
We got a lot of them that we have to go to.
Yeah, probably Yellowstone.
We've been to
probably Yellowstone's
22.
my favorite.
We've been to 22 national parks.
We should show them your shirt.
We've backed down from national parks because of having a dog.
Because you can't. You really, they're not very dog friendly.
Right.
We like them all. Grand Canyon is. We like the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It's not quite as crowded as the south rim. Yellowstone.
And if we ever get out to California.
Oh my gosh, we keep trying to get to California, and we get stuck in Montana, and we just never want to leave. You know, we love Montana. We love Grand Tetons. We love Yellowstone. We love to scooch up to Glacier. We love to go across the border in Glacier into Waterton National Park in Canada. And then when we're there, we might as well go up to Banff and Lake Louise and Jasper. And you know, that's our problem. We just get so excited about it.
It is a problem because Bo doesn't like to travel in the RV, and we don't like leaving him.
Now, didn't you think Bo did really good now?
Well, that's because the last trip we took, I was laying down for 2 hours and he had my seat. If he can have my seat, he's very happy.
Yeah. You two have a great relationship besides the death threats. Thank you. You're a witness, Larry. You know, that's one of our top rules about it. We did a video. First one is how do you get along in an RV? And the first thing is you got to have a fairly good relationship. She lets me do whatever I want until I make a fool of myself. I'm
dying, and you're telling me I got to go jump around like a teenager.
You're going to look, you nailed it. You rocked it, girl. You watch and see the video. You'll look great.
I look like a today's kind of woman with daggers coming out of my eyes towards you.
Yeah. Abby says he's got one of our shirts and he'd recommend it. Well, thank you, Abby. Okay. Boy, I'm way behind you guys. Okay, Abby says, the other question on our 3:30 rule, we'll show you that one more time before we go, is what time do you have to get started to finish by 3:30? Well, Abby, we didn't say 3:30 p.m. No, it really is 3:30 p.m. Jennifer a couple times has done the 3:30 rule to 3:30 in the morning.
Yes, I have. But I did that once.
This is the back of the shirt, and this is our summer shirt for the year. And we want you guys, if you get them, to take pictures of you wearing them with your RV somewhere. We will, and you have to hashtag them with the hashtag RV Lifestyle Mike. Just use the Instagram hashtag RV Lifestyle Mike, and we'll put those all up on our RV Lifestyle blog. And at the end of the summer, we'll have a drawing of some. We'll figure a way to do it and have a couple of nice prizes as well for it. But
if the Anytime Fitness video goes up, should we have people guess who is our son? Are you going to put? You haven't done the video yet. Our son was in the class.
If we do the Anytime Fitness, you have to guess which one. Who's our son? If you see a picture of our son, he's in it. But we won't say which one. So there you go. And let's see, where else do we go? I love you so much, Grandma. You are the best. All right, Lydia. A couple kids have actually been on the channel. They said, we want to be your grandkids. And we said, okay, you know.
Might as well.
Do we look that old? I guess
we do.
Yeah. We do.
How Jovi, our little granddaughter, she looked up on me the other day and she said, Grandma, how did you get so old? How do you answer that one?
How do you answer that? Yeah, you're good. Let's see. Gosh, you guys are asking a ton of questions. Ray says, do you belong to Harvest Host? Do we belong to Harvest Host? Oh, yeah. Go to our video, Ray. It's on the website. Not only that, but if you want to join Harvest Host, we can get you a 15% discount. So here's the deal. Go to rvlifestyle.com. That's our travel blog. /Harvest Hosts. All one word. rvlifestyle.com/Harvest Hosts. And you can get a 15% discount. No doubt about it, Harvest Host is the best bargain out there, I think, in finding good places to stay. Because campgrounds are so crowded. These are farms, attractions, wineries, golf courses, if you get that extra option they have for golf courses. Beautiful places to stay, and free. Now they ask, if you go to a farm that you buy some produce or something. Go look at the video we did, and you'll see we went to an alpaca farm. That was fun. We went to an alligator ranch where they raised alligators.
To hold a gator.
Got to raise it. We fed the alpacas, and we went to a great
We got
winery.
mugged by the alpacas.
We did. So it's great. So anyway, enjoy all of that stuff. I'm going back really quick, listening, seeing if I can get through this thing. Some of you saying the picture's just fine. Okay. Kathleen says, when you are preparing to leave for a long trip, how do you plan for your first stop? Do you plan for that before you get to 330 miles, or do you look for a stop when you're on the road?
Usually, the first stop, you're familiar with the area, so you can set that as your goal.
We'll look at a map and have a rough idea, but normally about 2 o'clock we'll say it's time to stop. Where do we want to stop?
And we know the circumference around our area.
Yeah, and we kind of look at where we are. We have a rough idea of what's out there, and you might stop a little earlier. You might stop a few minutes later. And what that doesn't count for, the 330 rule, is two parts. You drive no more than 330 miles. So say you get up at 7 in the morning and you hit the road at 7. Well, you'll be done before noon at 330 miles. So stop right there, stop, and enjoy the area. But maybe you are enjoying the area and the next morning you don't leave till noon. Then stop at 3:30 in the afternoon and enjoy the next area that you get to. You see how it works? So it's either 330 miles or 3:30 in the afternoon, whichever comes first.
You don't want to get in rush hour traffic.
And it's a guideline. We call it the rule, but use your own things. And it's
Depends on where you live. I mean, we've got Detroit traffic, so trying to leave before 9 is you have to leave like at 6 or 5.
Here we go. We got to get the results in, then we got to get out of here. Bob says the top 10 apps for Thursday. Andrew says apps. Stephanie says apps. Jeffrey wants the lithium upgrade thing. Top 10 apps. Ray wants the top 10 apps. Edward wants the top 10 apps. Lori wants it.
Nobody wants to exercise.
Nobody wants to exercise. There's another second vote for the lithium. Chris is going to put a poll up. Thank you, Chris. Top 10 apps for RVers, Anytime Fitness, lithium upgrade. And more for top 10 apps. That's great. Apps, lithium, gym. Nobody cares about exercising.
Hey, you can shower there.
We
if you join the health club, you got a free shower.
You can shower there. Yeah. What do I use to clean my black water tank? Okay. Ice. A lot of people put a bag of ice in, drive around for a while, let it melt, and it cleans it, supposedly. That's a good technique. Some people buy a water wand that you hook up to a hose, and after you've emptied it, you really spray high pressure in there. It's not terribly high pressure, but it kind of cleans the tank. And the one we have now has a special thing where you can hook up a hose to it and run the water through it, and it will go in and clean the black tank, and then you just drain it out the drain. So all those things will work.
So I think probably there's debate over toilet paper, but use the right kind of toilet paper so it dissolves.
Yep. Okay, Chuck says, okay, now here's the other question. Brian says weekly. Chuck says once a month. Stephanie says no need for weekly live show, once every 15 days. Most only do live chats once a month. These are competitors, I guess, the other RV couples. Oh no, please keep doing your Sunday night live. I look forward to it each week. Memorial Day is on Monday, so you can still do your chat on Sunday. Other channels do not do live when answering questions. You guys are better. Well, that's because we feel like we're connecting with you. We feed off of you guys being there asking questions. We really do. The only thing that would be nicer if we could put your faces and voices on, and maybe there's a way I can do that without too much. Once a month in the camping season gives us a break, although I love watching. Every week is great. I understand if you want to enjoy your holiday, but if you're on and have signal at my campground, I'll be listening. At least every other week. I don't have a consensus. We look forward to the podcast. Thank you. They're every Wednesday. Please listen to the podcast. We keep wondering about the podcast. We have a lot of people who sponsor the podcast, but they're a lot of work to put out. It takes pretty much 2 days a day to do interviews and set it up. So
it keeps you from hooking up all your stuff.
I can't hook up all my stuff. Every 2 weeks is about right. I think we're hungry to get on the road. Appreciate your efforts. Enjoy the holiday. It'll be okay if you take it off. Thank you. All right. So you guys are giving us some pretty good things. And Mark understands we're busy. Thank you for what we're doing. Hey, we're all in this together. And Chris is putting on that link for Harvest Host. That's a shorter one. rvlifestyle.com/HH is even quicker. Hey, quicker, shorter. And here's one: fitness, apps, and lithium. Well, right now, just unofficially, the apps are winning for the Thursday video, and we'll see.
I think that's reasonable, the apps, because the lithium, that's going to be a lot of work for you.
All right. So last question, it came in as a comment, really, is you have a nice shower now. Yes, we do.
Oh, we used it. Like it.
Yep.
Works great. Instant hot water.
If you saw that, the Holland one, by the way, Jennifer's toothache, how's your tooth? What did they say?
It's on hold. Hopefully it's going to be fine.
Okay. And then I did a thing about, we finally used the shower, the stand-up shower in here, and we found that we can take a long shower, a long hot shower in this unit. It does not, we have a 37-gallon gray water tank, and
4 showers were taken, and how full was the tank?
29%, which we could have gone another 3 days before we would even, and those are nice long showers. So that is really exciting.
It was exciting because where we were staying, the showers didn't look that great.
Yep. And it's all good. So there you go. I'm trying to read comments before I put them on, because you never know what happens. All right. Whew, that was a long time. We've been, oh my gosh, we've got an hour and 15 minutes. We can't do any more on this. You're going to wear all my banners. We got to go get the dog.
And we got to go find out what mischief our dog is into.
He's been way too quiet.
Yeah.
You know what they say, if the dog's quiet?
It's kind of like a kid.
It's kind of like a kid. So, hey guys, thank you so much for being with you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And right now, I think we're going to plan on doing, because we're here, and we will do a Memorial Day Sunday that weekend. Next weekend, we'll come back next Sunday with another. Chris says he's going to put up here some polls that you can take and let us know. When we're on YouTube, when you're on our YouTube channel, there is a community tab that we invite you to be a part of too. I try and share some behind the scenes things that we're doing, and you can comment. We love to have you there. Again, don't forget Instagram for the photos.
Dog is being naughty.
What's he doing?
Oh, no, that's a neighbor.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I thought he was testing the boundary.
Yeah.
For the invisible fence.
Yep. Anyway, whatever I said, we got all these platforms. Come and see us. We are out of here. We love you guys, and drive safely if you're going somewhere. If you get those shirts, don't forget, use that any place, those shirts with the pictures, the 330 rule. Use that hashtag RV Lifestyle Mike, and we'll be putting those on the blog starting this coming week. All right, enough of all that stuff. This was a lot of conversation, and thank you guys so much for staying with us. Bye bye.
Happy trails.